Hello viewers, welcome to my channel. Thanks a lot for showing your great interest in my moral based video every time. Your strong bonding of love with me and my channel inspire me a lot to bring videos on various new topics. This video is about a wonderful poem, The Duck and the Kangaroo, which has been composed by Edward Lear. It is a highly moral based poem on great human virtues. The poet has introduced two creatures in this poem. One is the duck and the other is the kangaroo. Both live in different domains. The duck lives most of the time inside the nesty pond, while the kangaroo lives on the land. In spite of their dissimilarity in their nesting places, they are true friends. They are always ready to cooperate each other purposefully to keep safe and make each other happy forever. Let us go through the poem line by line, followed by new words and explanation. Said the duck to the kangaroo, "Good gracious, how you hop over the fields and the water too, as if you never would stop. My life is a bore in this nasty pond, and I long to go out in the world beyond. I wish I could hop like you," said the duck to the kangaroo. Here some new words have been mentioned. Let us know their meanings. The first one is good gracious. It means exclamation of surprise. Second one is hop, which means jump on foot. Next one is nasty, which means dirty or ugly. Next one is long, which means desire or want. And the last one is beyond, which means further side of. Viewers, in this stanza, the duck is the speaker. She is much impressed with the way the kangaroo jumps. When she sees the kangaroo hopping, then she exclaims with surprise and tells the kangaroo he jumps very nicely on his foot, and it seems to her that he would never stop. The duck also wishes to hop like the kangaroo. She tells the kangaroo she gets bored by living each and every time in the dirty pond. She tells the kangaroo that she wishes to come out from her nasty pond and hop like him. Now, next stanza. "Please give me a ride on your back," said the duck to the kangaroo. "I would sit quite still and say nothing but quack the whole of the day, whole of the long day through. And we would go to the Dee and the Jelly Bolly, over the land and over the sea. Please take me a ride." "Oh, do," said the duck to the kangaroo. Here in this stanza also mentioned some of the new words. Let us know their meaning. The first one is ride, which means sit on animal and control the movement of animals. Next one is still. It means not moving or making a sound. Then third one is quack, harsh sound made by duck, and the next one is Dee and the Jelly Bolly, which means both are the imaginary places. In real life, those places are not in the existence. Now, explanation. In this stanza also, the duck is the speaker. However, she is not appreciating the kangaroo as she did in the first stanza. Here in this stanza, she is making request to the kangaroo to allow her to have a ride on his back. The duck says politely to the kangaroo that if she is allowed, then she will sit silently on the kangaroo's back and will not say anything except quacking. She says that she will say nothing when she sits on his back because both these animals have good understanding. She wants not to disturb the kangaroo while riding. Then again she tells the kangaroo that both will go by hopping Dee and the Jelly Bolly and over the land and over the sea. She requests again and again to allow her to have a ride. Now, next stanza. Said the kangaroo to the duck, "This requires some little reflection. Perhaps on the whole it might bring me luck. And there seems but one objection, which is, if you will let me speak so bold, your feet are unpleasantly wet and cold, and would probably give me the rheumatism," said the kangaroo. Let us know the meaning of the new words mentioned in this stanza. The first one is reflection, which means thinking, and the second one is rheumatism. It means bone disorder. It is caused due to much coldness. Now explanation. In this stanza, the kangaroo is the speaker. He says that whatsoever request the duck has made, that needed to be thought over. The kangaroo also says that he will be lucky if the duck rides on his back. However, he also says that he has one objection, and if the duck allows him to speak out, then he will say. The kangaroo says about his objection to the duck that her feet are very wet and cold, and that will give him rheumatism. Viewers, you know very well that the duck lives and spends much of the time in water. That is why her feet are always extremely wet and cold. Now, next stanza. Said the duck, as I sat on the rocks, "I have thought over that completely, and I bought 4 pairs of worsted socks, which fit my web feet neatly, and to keep out the cold, I have bought a clock, and every day a cigar I will smoke, all to follow my own dear true love of a kangaroo." Here in this stanza, also some new words have been given. The first one is worsted socks. It means woolen socks. Web feet. It means having fingers or toes connected with each other in the feet. Generally, the duck has this kind of feet. Cloak. It means a loose outer garment or long coat. Cigar. It is the roll of dried tobacco leaves used for smoking. Explanation. Here in this stanza, the duck is the speaker. In this stanza, the duck says that she has already made the arrangement to keep her body warm so that her friend will not have any problem when she will sit on her back for having a ride. She says that while sitting on the rock alone, she has thought over that objection which the kangaroo raised, and she sorts out that problem by purchasing 4 pairs of good quality woolen socks that fit in her web feet neatly or properly. And to keep much warm, she has also purchased cloak. That cloak will protect her from coldness. She has also done the well planning about that trip. She tells the kangaroo that every day she will smoke a cigar, and she has done all this arrangement for the sake of the kangaroo's love, so that he won't have any problem because of duck. Now, the last stanza. Said the kangaroo, "I am ready, all in the moonlight pale, but to balance me well, dear duck, sit steady, and quite at the end of my tail." So away they went with hope and a bound. And they hopped the whole world 3 times round. And who so happy, oh who, as the duck and the kangaroo? Here some new words have been mentioned. Let us know their meanings. First one is moonlight, the light of moon. Next one is pale. It means that fainted. Next one is steady, which means not shaking or moving. Hop and bound, which means act of jumping. Hopped It is the past participle of verb hop. Now explanation. In this stanza, the kangaroo is the speaker. He says that he is ready and suggests the duck to balance him well while sitting. He also suggests the duck to sit at the end of his tail without moving. Viewers, the poet has written these third and the fourth sentences of the last stanza in a funny sense. Viewers, think well, is it possible for the duck to balance by sitting at the end of the kangaroo's tail? No, it's never possible. But for making the sense humorous, the poet has added this dialogue for the kangaroo. When the duck sits as she was suggested, and in fainted moonlight night, both went away jumping. Finally, both of them are able to travel whole the world by jumping. The poet says, no one is as happy as both the duck and the kangaroo. Thank you viewers for watching my video. Do like, subscribe and share my video. Have a nice